We discussed up to features of chondrichthyes and osteichthyes, and now let's see their examples. First, chondrichthyes. First one is scoliodon or dogfish. You know, this is called as dogfish due to sense of smell which is comparable to dog. Okay, that is why scoliodon is called as what? Dogfish. And then carcharodon or great white shark. Here the name is on the basis of white color on its belly. And then the third example is pristis or sawfish. See, this is the long and flat snout of the animal, and this is called as rostrum. So, long and flat snout of this fish is called as what? Rostrum. And this carry teeth-like projections. So, these are the teeth-like projections, and this is like what? A saw blade. That is why pristis is called as sawfish. The last example is trigon or stingray. Here name is on the basis of venomous spines on tail. Whip-like long tail is present. See, this is the long and whip-like tail, and this carry what? Venomous spines which act as a defense mechanism. So that is why the trigon is called as what? Stingray. So this is about the examples for chondrichthyes or cartilaginous fishes. First one is scoliodon or dogfish. Second one is carcharodon or great white shark. Then what? Pristis or sawfish. And the last one is trigon or stingray. And next is osteichthyes or bony fishes. Examples are marine bony fishes, exocetus or flying fish, and then hippocampus or seahorse. Then for aquarium fishes, examples betta or that is the fighting fish. Then pterophyllum, it is what? Angelfish. Okay. And then the freshwater fishes, cutla, then labio or rohu, and the last one is clarius or magre. And next, features of amphibians, reptiles, apes and mammals, and this is the last part of this chapter. Okay. So first let's see amphibians. It derived from two Greek words. One is amphi, it means dwell, and bios, that means life. That is dual life. It means what? These group of animals are able to survive both in terrestrial as well as aquatic habitat. Okay. Then reptiles, it derived from a Latin word repere, which means to crawl. That is a kind of locomotion shown by snakes. And then features of apes, presence of feathers, then beak, then the next thing is very important, that is pneumatic bonds. So what are these pneumatic bonds? See, if this is our bond, and our bond carry what? A connective tissue called bone marrow, right? Okay. But the bonds of these birds or apes, they carry air spaces, which is definitely a flight adaptation, that is to reduce weight. Okay. So the bonds with air spaces called as what? Pneumatic bonds. Then two additional structures are present in their digestive system. They are crop and gizzard. What is their difference? Crop is involved in storage of food, while gizzard is involved in grinding food. Okay. And then the features of mammals, the presence of milk producing gland called mammary gland. We know they are viviparous. It means what? These group of animals, their development is within the reproductive system, within the female reproductive system. That is, they are giving birth to young ones. So to nourish young ones, milk is needed, which is produced by mammary gland. And then the teeth features, that is called as dentition. It is heterodontic. Heterodontic, the word hetero means what? Different, right? So different types of teeth are present. Example, incisors are there for cutting food, then canines are for tearing food, and then premolars and molars are for crushing and grinding. Okay, so since different types of teeth are present, mammal dentition is what? Heterodontic. And then features of limbs. All groups, how many pairs of limbs are there? Two pairs of limbs are present. Anterior limb called forelimbs and posterior limb called what? Hind limbs. And in birds, forelimbs are modified to what? Wings, and hind limbs are used for walking, clasping tree branches and all. Okay. And then their body parts. Amphibians, body parts are head and trunk, that is neck is absent. While all the other groups, 4 parts are there. Head is present, then neck, then trunk and what, tail. And next thing is also important, that is the presence of opening called cloaca. It is present in amphibians, reptiles and aves. So cloaca is the feature of amphibians, reptiles and aves. So what is this cloaca? Animal body carry different openings to expel out different things. Okay. For example, to expel out nitrogenous waste or urine, urinary opening is there. Then to expel out undigested food or fecal matter, anal opening is present. Okay. Then to expel out reproductive units, means gametes, reproductive openings are there. So different openings are present in higher animals. But in these group of animals, to expel out these 3 things, only single opening is present. Okay. So the cloaca is the common opening through which these 3 substances, that is the nitrogenous waste or urine, then the reproductive units and what undigested food or fecal matter is expelling out. Clear? So the cloaca is the characteristic feature of amphibians, reptiles and aves. And then the features regarding their skin. Amphibians, moist skin is present or slippery skin without what, scales. Scales are absent. And then reptiles, dry and cornified skin is present. Cornified means it is harder than the normal skin due to the deposition of the protein called keratin, and it is also made of dead cells. Okay. And then it carry what, scales and scutes. Scutes are also harder than the scales, which is like turtle shell and crocodile skin. Okay. Then in some animals, periodic replacement of skin occurs. That is, they shed their skin and after that or later new skin will grow. So there is periodic replacement of skin occurs in some animals like lizards and snakes, and this is called as what, molting. And then the features, the skin of apes, it is also dry, and then the mammals, the skin is covered by what, hair. And then features of eyelid and eyelashes. Eyelid is present but eyelashes are absent in amphibians. And reptiles and apes also same thing, that is eyelid is present but what is absent, eyelashes are absent, but some exceptions, that is simple eyelashes are present in some animals. Okay. And then mammals, both eyelids and eyelashes are present. Then about external ear or pinnae, it is, pinnae is absent but tympanum is present in amphibians, reptiles and aves. But both tympanum and pinnae is present in what, which group, mammals. Then about respiration, amphibians during larval stage, gill respiration, and in adult stage 3 types of respiration. One is with the help of lungs called pulmonary, and the next is buccal cavity, with the help of buccal cavity called buccopharyngeal respiration, and the third one with the help of skin called what, cutaneous respiration. Okay. Then reptiles, the respiratory organs are lungs, and apes also respiratory organ, what, lungs. But one more structure is there, that is air sacs are present. And what is their function? They store air for continuous gas exchange, that is respiration. But one more function is also there, that is they supply air for what, pneumatic bonds. We discussed what, pneumatic bonds. These are the bonds seen in birds and they carry what, air spaces. Okay. So these air sacs are the structures that supply air to these air spaces or supply air to what, pneumatic bonds. And then mammals, the respiration with the help of what, lungs. Then the heart features, it is 3-chambered in amphibians and reptiles, and exception is there in reptiles, that is crocodile, it is what, 4-chambered. And apes and mammals or higher vertebrates, it is what, 4-chambered. And next feature regarding body temperature. See, these apes and mammals, they are warm-blooded, while amphibians and reptiles, they are cold-blooded. Okay, so what is their difference? What is our body temperature? What is our body temperature? It is 37 degrees, right? So we maintain a constant body temperature, that is these apes and mammals maintain a constant body temperature. It means whatever the environmental temperature, our body temperature will be 37 degrees. Okay, so these apes and mammals maintain a constant body temperature and they called as warm-blooded or homeotherms. But when we consider fishes also, fishes, amphibians and reptiles, they change their environmental temperature, they change their body temperature according to environmental temperature. It means the body temperature of a fish is the temperature of water or aquatic body in which it lives. Clear? So they called as cold-blooded or poikilotherms. So warm-blooded or homeotherms, they are the animals that maintain a constant body temperature. Example, higher vertebrates like apes and mammals. But the animals that change the body temperature according to environmental temperature, they called as cold-blooded or poikilotherms. Example, lower vertebrates like fishes, amphibians, reptiles. Okay. Then the features related their reproduction, no doubt. All the group, which mode of reproduction? Sexual. Then the organisms are dioecious. Then in amphibians, fertilization is external, while all the other group, fertilization is what? Internal. Then these reptiles and apes, their development, the development of young one is outside the body but within the egg. That is, they are egg laying and they are called as what? Oviparous. While the mammals are viviparous, but exceptions are there. Egg laying mammals, example, echidna and platypus. Then their development, it is indirect in amphibians, example tadpole before becoming adult frog, and then all the other group development is what? Direct. Then the last thing, the examples of all these organisms: amphibians, buffer or toad, then rana or common frog, then hyla, that is the tree frog, then salamandra or salamander, then ichthyophis or limbless amphibian. So the last two are important because see, this is the tail. Okay. So salamander is an example for tailed amphibian and here limbs are absent. So ichthyophis is an example for what? Limbless amphibian. Then reptiles, chelone or turtle, testudo, that is tortoise, then chameleon or tree lizard, then calotis, that is what? Garden lizard. Then hemidactylus or wall lizard, then crocodile, then alligator. Then poisonous snakes, naja, that is cobra, then Baccharis, that is crate, and vipera, that is viper. Then examples for birds or apes, corvus or crow, then columba, that is pigeon, then psittacula or parrot, and then actinodites or penguin. Then pavo, that is peacock, then struthio, that is ostrich, then neophron or vulture. Then the last thing, mammals, examples, this is the ornithorhynchus, that is the platypus, which is an egg-laying mammal. Okay. Then macropus or kangaroo, then camelus or camel, then macaca, that is monkey, then ratus, that is rat, then canis, dog, then felis is what? Cat. Then pteropus, that is flying fox, then elephas or elephant, then equus, that is horse, then delphinus, that is dolphin, then Balaenoptera, that is blue whale, and Panthera tigris, that is tiger, and Panthera leo, that is lion. Okay. So we finished this chapter, Animal Kingdom.